Coming on towards the tape as the flags are raised, they're off and running the Grade 1 December Hurdle. 8 over 2 miles and 9 flights and setting off to make it, as expected, Casheldale Lad, followed by the grey mare Lossiemouth, closely followed by Brighter Days Ahead after the two mares Anzadam and then Roncy, Hello Neighbour next, and then Winter Fog and the big outsider Futurum Regim. Arriving at flight 1, it's Casheldale Lad, Lossiemouth, Brighter Days Ahead, followed by Anzadam with 3 lengths to Roncy and Hello Neighbour, who race together, with the final couple making their way towards the second flight, Winter Fog and Futurum Regim. It's Casheldale Lad in front, but has a reduced advantage of 3/4 of a length over Lossiemouth. Third is Brighter Days Ahead, stunning winner of this race last year, and then Anzadam, Hello Neighbour on the inside of Roncy, and then Winter Fog and Futurum Regim. Linking up with flight number 2, and it's Casheldale Lad, gone back into an advantage of 2.5 lengths over Lossiemouth. Slow at the back there was Futurum Regim. On to number 3, Casheldale Lad and Jordan Gainford lead by 2 lengths to Lossiemouth and Paul Townend. Nice and handy in second place. Jumping up on the outside, Brighter Days Ahead and Jack Kennedy. Taking closer order under a hold is Anzadam and Patrick Mullins, and then Hello Neighbour, Keith Donoghue, Roncy and Mark Walsh, then Winter Fog, Brian Hayes, and a gap to Futurum Regim and Owen Finnegan. Making the bend at the 10 furlong point. In the lead by a length is Casheldale Lad from Lossiemouth and Brighter Days Ahead. Tracked by Anzadam and then Hello Neighbour to Roncy, 2 lengths to Winter Fog with a break of 4 to Futurum Regim. Down the back straight they go. Towards the 9 furlong point, 6 flights remaining in the Grade 1 December Hurdle. Casheldale Lad almost joined by Lossiemouth, a length in front of Brighter Days Ahead, and then Anzadam and the check colours in 4th. Hello Neighbour is 5th, and Roncy, Winter Fog and Futurum Regim. Very few changes in the order as they pass the halfway stage. They're going to the 5th last flight, and it is Casheldale Lad the leader from Lossiemouth. Brighter Days Ahead, right with them on the outside, and going up in between the 2 leaders now is Anzadam. Has taken off going towards the 4th last flight. So the lead has changed hands as Anzadam and Patrick Mullins go on from Lossiemouth and Paul Townend. Brighter Days Ahead, Jack Kennedy on the outside. Casheldale Lad has been knocked back into 4th under Jordan Gainford as they jump to 3rd last flight. And flying it in front, Anzadam has really stepped up the gas now. Has gone off into a good 6 to 7 length advantage. Over in second place, Lossiemouth, who is tracked closely by Brighter Days Ahead. Nudged along in 4th is Casheldale Lad, and then Hello Neighbour and Roncy ridden. Making the bend towards the 2nd last. Out in front is Anzadam. Leads by 5 to Lossiemouth, who moves on by 2 lengths to Brighter Days Ahead in 3rd. Then Casheldale Lad joined for 4th by Hello Neighbour. It's Anzadam coming back to Lossiemouth and Brighter Days Ahead as they turn their heads for the final flight in the December Hurdle. Anzadam from Lossiemouth on the outside. The stable companions lead the way to the final flight from Brighter Days Ahead, followed by Casheldale Lad, and here comes the grey mare. Lossiemouth strikes the front, coming towards the final flight from Brighter Days Ahead, trying to stay on. Anzadam weakens, and then Casheldale Lad the final flight, over which the leader is Lossiemouth from Brighter Days Ahead, who's running on strongly into 2nd. Lossiemouth from Brighter Days Ahead on the inside. Lossiemouth is going to see it out. Lossiemouth extends her winning season in the December Hurdle, her 9th at the highest level. Brighter Days Ahead on return, a game 2nd. Casheldale Lad, Anzadam next.
Right, we're going to have a little bit of reflection on the big race of the day over at Leopardstown, which was won just now by Lossiemouth, seeing off Brighter Days Ahead in a cracking finish, but it was the grey ultimately who came out on top. Dave, first reaction to this?
Well, my first reaction concerns Anzadam, who has got a lot of ability but doesn't settle, and it's absolutely no surprise to me that bookmakers have doubled, if not tripled, the odds on him winning a champion hurdle out to 40 to 1. He shot into the lead under his rider and just shot his bolt. But getting back to Lossiemouth, sometimes I and others have been known to moan when odds-on favourites win trials and get cut. But I thought there might be a little bit more positive reaction to this, because I thought it was a really decisive performance. Obviously, Anzadam went clear. She soon cut that rival down and resisted the challenge of Brighter Days Ahead on a track that she excels in. She doesn't do as well as Cheltenham, so even though some bookmakers have introduced her into the market or trimmed her, she's still an outsider for Cheltenham. She had 2 runs, 2 significant defeats at Cheltenham, but Lossiemouth, I think, has done really well here. So the fact that she's remained pretty much unchanged, there's been a modest reaction. Some bookmakers have moved Sergina from 13 to 8 to 7 to 4 and her from 7 to 2 to 3s, but mainly they've all stayed the same. So it's an unchanged market, but she's certainly signalled that she's in really good form, ready for presumably February and then March.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, Brighter Days Ahead is as bad as she's been so far at Cheltenham. Lossiemouth has been the reverse and been
absolutely
so good. So, I mean, if anything, going back to Cheltenham will help her. But, yeah, I think she's so remarkably consistent, really, now at the top level, and she's got so few chinks in her armour. What does the data tell us, Josh, about that race?
Well, it won't surprise you that that was the best time of the day at Leopardstown. But compared to, I was talking beforehand about last year's race and how it compares and contrasts. Well, the finishing speed percentage of this year's renewal, 107 compared to that 98 of last year. So it wasn't as strongly run as last year's renewal. Had it been, maybe that might have fallen into the hands of Brighter Days Ahead a bit better. And you might have been worried that that might have happened, that the pace may have got too quick when Anzadam was running away in front. But ultimately, Lossiemouth, incredibly impressive. The only horse in the race to post any furlongs below 13 seconds, and in fact did it twice. 4 out and 3 out before, sort of putting the race to bed. So an incredibly impressive performance again from Lossiemouth to blow away the rivals.
Paul Townend alongside me after Lossiemouth won the final day feature here at Leopardstown. What a star she is, Paul. How much did you enjoy that one? It looked like a lot.
A lot, yeah. No, she turns up every day, doesn't she? It was, I was trying to cover all bases, I suppose, at the end of the back straight with the horse in front of me. I wasn't aware how much he'd done behind, but he jumped so quick past me and got lengths. I know his level of ability too. I couldn't let him out of sight, like he was a no-hoper, So I just thought I was in front plenty sooner then as well.
How much thought went into how you were going to ride the race from the start, sitting second, keeping an eye on Casheldale Lad?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. She's very straightforward. I could go out with a free hand and line up and do my mare's stay and just try and put her in the right position. So, it's lucky to have the likes of her that you can just go down and make it up as you go along.
Brighter Days Ahead did throw down a challenge after the last. The way the Elliott horse has been going this week, you probably expected that.
I did indeed. And like I said, I just thought I was in front long enough, and when Lossie felt her or heard her coming, she was always pulling out enough to keep her behind us. Yeah.
I mean, what's your feeling about her in the hurdling division, Paul? Do you think she is just about the best there is around her?
Look, you'd be a brave man to say she couldn't win a champion hurdle, but she's winning grade 1s at 2 miles. It'll certainly have to be looked at, but she enjoys the other race there as well, and it's always nice to be in the winner's enclosure and have her to look forward to. So look, we'll enjoy today for sure after a long week of it. So we'll worry about that when the time comes. Them decisions usually make themselves.
You mentioned a long week there. It's had its highs, it's had its lows as well. Galloping Day Champ yesterday, though, I think everyone seemed pretty happy with him, you included.
Yeah, definitely. He came alive down over the second last and around and looked like winning again at the back of the last. And at that level, I suppose the lack of a run at this stage of his life probably kicked in, but he didn't lie down, and he's definitely not finished with yet.
And you started with a bang with Kitzbühel at Kempton. Did he surprise you with anything he did over there?
Of course, the manner in which he done it, I suppose. We always thought he had the ability, but the way he went through the race at such ease and jumped, his jumping probably put him in the position to go through the race at such ease. But no, that fences just might have brought about that little bit of improvement he needed from hurdling to be at the very top table.
And your final ride of the week here at Leopardstown is Zillow, and the next two won a big race last time. Not beyond the beyond, you could do it again, is it?
Not. I suppose when these horses start winning, it's hard to find their ceiling, but it's also hard to win a couple of big handicaps. So we'll see. It's hard to leave them behind, though.
Fair comment. Cheers, Paul. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Thanks, Gary.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.